Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. I know you're probably thinking, what's this? We got 3 straight days of AMAs with the Brown Gent. I had to do it tonight because obviously, whenever there's an opportunity or something that's basically drastically changing the market, I want to be here to basically help you think strategically and critically about what to do. Now, honestly, guys, the market's like literally reversing all of yesterday. It's like it never happened. I can't believe it. Who could have seen this coming? Who would have thought that this is just a bounce? I thought we were going from here to a million. What happened? I'm shocked. I can't believe it. And there's one person who's even more shocked than me. I don't know if he has the guts to show up today, Mr. Aaron James. TA doesn't matter, bro. This news is all that matters, bro. The market's reversed, bro. Yeah, totally worked out really well. Now, we're going to talk a lot about what happened, what I said yesterday, and how this came to fruition super fast, and why you can't let your emotions get involved. Because when you do, every time something's green, you want to buy it. Every time something's red, you want to sell it. And there are people like Aaron James who will rather trust his feelings than logic, throw logic out the window. And I want to see if Aaron James is a big enough man to come on here and say he was wrong. I likely don't think he will, which is why I am okay being as harsh as possible. Because I don't care if he goes and burns his account, but I don't want anybody else following this terrible advice, okay? Now, with that being said, guys, welcome. I try to provide insights to you guys in a timely manner. If you like the content, obviously, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter. One thing I will tell you guys is a lot of people on Twitter and social media, they either, one, know absolutely nothing, and whatever their advice is never relevant. They're either guessing or they tell you after the fact. And then there's the second type of people who are even worse than the liars. And those are the people who know what's going on and don't share anything. But then after something happens, they'll go on X and post, hey, hope you sold yesterday. Hope you sold a top yesterday. You know, so obvious. No tweets, nothing. Why? The reason those cowards do that is, number one, they don't want to help you. But number two, it makes it very easy. Because yesterday when this got announced and I made a video within the hour, no one was commenting on it yet, right? And it was hard to comment on it because it was so hard. The weekly structure on Bitcoin didn't break, but it broke on the monthly and it broke on the 3-day. So I'm sitting here like, okay, well, I still think this is a bounce. But you know what? When you go out there and put yourself out there to be one of the first people talking about it, right? You know, we had like 200 people in here yesterday, and obviously I don't have a big audience or anything like that, but the people who come here, I don't want to come here and tell you something wrong. So I put something on the line. The people who don't want to tell you anything, one, they can always have the benefit of hindsight. So no matter what happens, they tell you, yeah, man, I knew this was going to happen. And number two, they take zero risk, because if they're wrong, guess what happens? The people who told you that to keep buying or whatever, if they didn't tell you to keep buying, great. If it went up, they'd tell you, oh, bro, I wish you bought the bottom, which is what some people were doing yesterday, and now they deleted those posts. So guys, I try to be very honest and upfront. Like, I don't change anything. I don't delete videos. Like, you can literally go back and see exactly what I'm saying. You can go back to yesterday's video and see exactly what I was saying. It's played out exactly like I said it would, right? And I'm going to explain sort of how I got to that, and also what you need to do in the future, because I'm not going to be here every time this goes on. My goal is to teach self-reliance. I make nothing off YouTube, straight up. I want to see you guys being very successful. You know why? Because people who are successful tend to be happy. People who are happy tend to not commit crimes. I want to live in a world that's so much better. And the way you do that is making sure everyone's needs are met. So I have no inclination to gatekeep anything from you guys. So if you want the information, I'm happy to give it to you, right? Also, I'm not big enough that I'm even moving markets or anything, obviously. So hey, like I'm here to be transparent and honest with you guys. And also, I want to give you guys a forum every time I do these, so you can literally ask any questions that you have. I'm pretty much an open textbook, so feel free to ask away. The only thing I won't answer these days is personal stuff, because I find a lot of people, they don't have boundaries there, or like they try to encroach on my personal boundaries, which I don't want to do. I'm happy to share stuff on crypto. I don't want to tell you my address, for example. I don't want to tell you like how many kids I have, for, you know what I mean? Things like that. It's ridiculous, right? So that's the thing. Now, you can also see what I'm doing real time. So my actions always match my words. Talk is cheap. So I'm one of the few people who shares with you what, like, my main on-chain wallet, right? I have other wallets, don't get me wrong, but this is what I do my airdrop activities and whatever on. And basically, you can see on these wallets when I'm buying ETH, selling ETH, and I tell you guys, you want to ladder in and ladder out. So yesterday I was I'm out. You know what? Let's not even have me talk about it. Let me walk you through it. So let's go to base, right? Because base is where I hold the majority of my ETH. Let's go to yesterday. Great, look. Selling ETH at 2,500 for USDC. Guys, like, I literally am showing you what I'm doing. Like, I don't know how much more transparent I can be, right? I have the ETH. I tell you I'm going to ladder out. I'm selling on chain first. The reason for that is the Wii account that I use on my phone with Dubai. Basically, what it does is it charges me like a 1% premium, like a commission fee or whatever I'm buying and selling. So I try to avoid doing that as much as possible, because it's much easier to do this here. But I went on here and basically, you know, look, this was like before the pump, and this was right here yesterday, and there's some others, right? Where is it? Anyways, so basically you can see here, I started scaling in around 2,200 and 2,100, right? Just buying some ETH here. Why? Like, I literally did it right while this intro song was going on. Why am I doing this? Because I want it to keep going down. I will keep buying. I have like maybe 30,000, 20,000. What is it? I got $15,000 on this account to keep buying. And I'm going to be buying on Wii U, but I want to buy it when it's like 1,700, 1,600, whatever, right? So I think that stuff is still in play, okay? Now, if you want sort of further coaching, guidance, support beyond that, I do have a private group where like people ask me, hey, like, can you share your moves, share when you're doing this stuff, whatever. So that's some of the stuff I'm doing. One of the things I do as well is I lend ETH out a lot to borrow against it. I'll be sharing when I'm doing that too. But then again, like I said, you can literally watch this wallet as well. But if you want coaching, guidance, extra support, my services are here. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys is it's all about probabilities. I do not have a crystal ball. No one does. Anyone who can tell you 100% something's going to happen, they're lying or they have insider information. Right? So yesterday I couldn't tell you it was 100% going to happen, because if I knew 100% it was going to happen, I would have sold all of my ETH, right? All the ETH that I bought, I would have sold, right? I didn't do that. I sold the majority of it. I sold all the Bitcoin I bought, but I didn't sell all my ETH, because ETH, in my opinion, is one that I expect to have a way bigger appreciation potential, right? In this cycle, right? Not to say Bitcoin's bad, but Bitcoin going from 79,000 to 200K, if that happens, is like not even a 3x, where Ethereum from 2,000 to 7,000, 3.5, maybe even more than that. You know what I'm saying? So just taking a look over here, one of the things you want to do is go, okay, great. Hey, how much exposure do I have in the bigger tokens, right? And you scale in and you basically go, okay, great. I'm going to keep buying as the price goes down on the assets that I know about. This is not the time to buy Fartcoin. This is not the time to buy Pengu. I'm sure there's some idiots who'll be telling you to buy, you know, X meme or whatever, right? I personally would not do that. Buy the ones that are safe. When you're in super deep red, you need to prioritize safety more than return. When we're in a bull market, that's when you should prioritize like basically like returns over stage. So you take a little more risk because you don't want to be wiped out. You don't want a kill shot to take you out of the market, right? You go like, you start DCAing on some random shitcoin and it goes to zero and doesn't survive, you're out. But what world are you buying Bitcoin and Ethereum and you're out? It's not happening. If that happens, it's lights out for everything. It's not just one asset. Does that make sense? Now, taking a look at this, right? Take a look at Ethereum. And by the way, I just want to remind people, right? If Aaron James, if you're on here, Aaron James, will the real Aaron James please stand up? Do you still believe that T on a chart doesn't matter? And that when I was saying that we were likely going to retrace, that didn't matter, right? So let's go to ETH, and then we'll go to Bitcoin, okay? So we'll go to ETH, we'll go to super charts. So I drew this yesterday, right? And if you watched the video yesterday, I said we can either go to this level, right? Or we go to this level. And it looks like we went to this level. And basically what that means, we would come back and go here. And what's crazy is how fast we did it. Like, I did not expect us to basically come down this way. I thought we were going to like chop and then come down. But they literally were like, nope, too green, right back down. Like, this is the shit drawing I had in yesterday's video. Those of you who watched it probably remember, right? You probably remember. And meanwhile, Mr. Aaron James is like, bro, the market's changed. He reversed the market. The brown gen doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't get it. He's coping. Yeah. Who's coping now, bitch? So basically, what's happening next? Well, first thing, now I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this now because you guys seen it here, right? We're gonna get rid of this. What is going to happen now is we're gonna see this level right here, which we just tested, right? 2100. We deviated. We haven't broken below it, right? Like I said, we are not confirmed to go down here. Although, how many times can the market send us down to this level and us hold it? That's why I believe we will likely see a break, but it may take a couple more days or whatever, right? Who knows? And then we come down. But look, the difference between 16 to 1700, the difference between that and where we are, well, guess what? What will happen is you can literally miss out if you get too greedy. Just like I tell you guys, don't get too greedy when taking profits ladder out. I would say the exact same thing when you are buying in. So Zira, yesterday you asked me a question. You asked me, was it too late because you had stables? Guess what? Now's your chance. Remember what I told you in yesterday's video? When we come back to this level, start buying a bit of it, right? You can buy 35, 50% here because this is a fantastic buying opportunity. And if we don't get this, I don't want people chasing it. If you buy some here, you will not chase. If you don't buy here, for example, and you are bullish on ETH, which you should be if you're in crypto, well, then you're likely to chase as we go up, right? We don't know how many times this is going to stay here, right? And preferentially, we don't stay here long. We want the bull market to actually take place. But you leave some powder so that if we do come down here, we come down this level, you can buy. And guess what happens? It's a beautiful thing. And I think I heard someone say this earlier. When you're in the market and you don't care if you go up or if you go down, guess what happens? You're happy either way. You go up, all of a sudden your bags are appreciating. You go down, you get that buy opportunity that you want, right? And people will transpose my words on trash. They will tell you the same logic for fart coin. They'll tell you the same logic, for peanut or whatever, right? Don't touch that stuff. Those things aren't safe. Ethereum has like consistent buy pressure, right? With the ETF. It's a real token. It's going to be in the digital reserve or Bitcoin reserve or crypto reserve, right? So this is why I think if you don't have, this is an incredible opportunity. Obviously, if I knew we were going to come down here, I would have just clipped there instead of buying from like 2280 all the way down here. But this is a fantastic buying opportunity. And then, hey, good. You got your fill. Now you only have your second course if we come in this area. That's basically it. And otherwise, you're good to go. And that way you can be so much more logical. That way you won't be emotional like our good friend Aaron yesterday, right? Because who thinks that somebody can just reverse a market? Like, it doesn't work that way, right? And a lot of people who don't know any better would say, yeah, completely agree. They'll say, oh yeah, whatever. Like, look, a lot of influencers, and I hate the word influencer. A lot of people who share their thesis, right? They do it in hindsight. We're having trouble streaming to X? What the hell is this? That's weird. If you're on X, please come and watch it here, I guess. If this continues for a while, try creating a new live stream. What the hell? Okay. I don't even know what's going on. But anyways, if you're on X, come on YouTube if you want to watch. I don't know what's going on here. That just sucks. But so here's the thing. This is Ethereum. And like I said, I don't think you can go wrong buying Ethereum, right? Like, I know some people are not happy with how Ethereum's price actually has been. But remember, like in December, it was 4K. It's as free money as you're going to get in this market, right? It was as free as Bitcoin was at like 16K or 15K and 35K and 40K, right? The closer Bitcoin gets to 100, the less free it is, right? The earning potential is not that great. So that's why I'm saying ETH. Now, have I bought some Bitcoin? Yes, I have. I didn't buy that much of it. I bought a fraction of what I bought. Why? Because we are not close to this level yet. So I bought some. I really want to wait for this level because here's the way I play this, okay? No. It's not that. So basically, it's just a warning that pops up on StreamYard, telling me my X got disconnected. So it's not like it's not an external scam link, fan man. But I appreciate you saying that. Basically, here's the way I do this. At any level, I don't buy everything. I pick what I want to have more of, and I buy it there. So on the last couple level drops, I have been buying ETH, right? Once we get down a little more on BTC, then I'm buying Bitcoin and not ETH until we hit that 1600 level for Ethereum, 1600, 1700, okay? That is the money shot. In this case, I want Bitcoin to come down to 82K, 81K and below, and I'm going to start buying over here. Obviously, like I said, these are opportunities, right? Like, literally, just take a look. It is literally, they just reversed yesterday's candle, right? They did this on a very illiquid day because Sunday TradFi is not open, right? Like, the markets are closed. And then, like the market's open, boom, like this. It's literally like almost the exact opposite. Like they basically just added and subtracted, if you can see that right here, okay? Now, I know like people are wondering about Sol as well. Remember, Sol went to 128, right? Like retrace it. This is literally the exact candle, like almost like from wick to wick, right? Look at that. Look at that. It is so close. It's like 30 cents off here. Yeah, like, oh my God, it's like 30 cents. 30 cents. FAR 9, I won't lie, I 100% did. So Aaron, this is a dedicated stream to you, bro. I am petty as hell. And I was like, yo, I'm going to come on here and put this guy on blast. Not even close. Why not? And also, I wanted to be able to answer questions. If you guys were like, hey, what do I do? Because, hey, look, it's easy to say, I wish I bought, when Sol was 179 last night, and everyone's like, oh my God, I wish I bought Sol at 128 or 140, right? It's easy to say that in hindsight. Same thing with ETH. Like, I'm going to tell you something, and this is not financial advice. If you have not been buying any ETH here, you're an idiot. In my opinion, you're an idiot. I think that like if you believe in ETH and you haven't bought a single bit of ETH here, you're an idiot. Number one. Bitcoin is different, 80K or below. Sol, I'd probably wait a little bit more. Like I said, pick which coin you want. on each drop. Don't just buy every coin on every drop. You can run out of money very fast, okay? And this way, all right, great. I bought ETH at this level, then I bought Sol at this level, I bought Bitcoin at this level. You know what I mean? And they're all different like levels of the dip, right? All right, let's see what's going on. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, so today I was furnishing my new home in Dubai, and I finally found a negative about Dubai. It's taken me so long, but I finally found one. And it's actually a pretty bad one where I'm like, man, I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if you guys want me to tell you though. We'll see. What a day. Yep. What a day, fan man. If you listened or basically followed your own instinct, whatever it may be, and took money off the table like I did yesterday, you'd be super happy today. I'm so happy today. So happy. Yo, what's up, NW? News event pumps hardly hold, but you could have. You know, it's funny. Where was Dequo? Where was this yesterday? Why couldn't you have told Aaron this? Right? He reversed the market. TA doesn't matter in this type of news scenario. You know, we should have said this to him yesterday. And you can make decent profits on a ton of things. I had some shorts. I opened, not open, but I averaged down on some Ethereum puts that I had that were negative, obviously, and they were in the money big time, obviously. And by the way, the puts I got were like April 25th expiry, with strike price of 2,400. But yeah, like here's the thing, it's not even the news event pumps. It's basically like I look at market structure, and market structure was basically like, and I'm going to show you this in a second. We don't just go straight up, just like we don't go straight down unless it's an actual announcement or an actual news. And what we got yesterday was an announcement of an announcement. And I'm like, there's no way this happens. There's zero chance. Hey, Zero, how's it going? Sean Shepard sold a lot of alts yesterday. Exactly. See, Sean is smart because what was I telling you guys? This is your exit bounce. When we had it's so funny because in 3 back-to-back days, I had a stream when we were here, and now here, right? Just make sure you guys can see that on the screen. Yeah. So on the 1st of March, when we were starting to go up, and I was saying, look, guys, expect a bounce. Then when we actually went up, and people were like, nope, no more bounce. We found the bottom, it's over. And I'm like, what did I tell you guys yesterday? When I had this video in the first, what I was telling people is when you're getting the bounce, you're going to think, oh, it's too good. This is too good. Oh my God, keep going. And it's just like, that's it. You know what I mean? People like orgasming over there when like, it's like as textbook as possible that this is like basically the bounce that you always get. Now, does that mean we're going to like just go down? No, we don't have to. This is what I was trying to say yesterday, right? Like maybe we bounce, we chop, but like, what can easily happen, right, was down here. God, my drawings suck. And then we go like this. You know what I mean? Obviously not straight down like this, but, you know, to the side. But that could easily happen, right? We don't know what the bottom is going to be yet, but it could definitely be right here, right? It could be here. It could be here. It could be around 60K. Who knows? We only know in hindsight. What we have to do is we play it. And what Sean did, which is smart, is he used this bounce to exit out of a lot of positions to now give him the ammunition to buy. It's a 2-day plan. And because of what he did, he can now make so much more money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Fud Zero, how are you doing? Good morning. Good night, I guess. It's past midnight over here. Best thing to do on Eclipse. The best thing you can do on Eclipse is watch my Eclipse guide. I have broken it down into the activities that you should do. So, can't write all of it, but yeah, it's there. He brought back Aaron James. Bro, I had to, man. I had to. Aaron James, if Aaron James was a little more humble last night, like, you can be right and arrogant, right? Or you can be humble and know nothing. or you can be humble and know everything. But what I will not stand for is an arrogant idiot who knows nothing. So if you know nothing and you're arrogant about it, that's where I draw the line. Every other type, I don't care. If you're really smart or arrogant about it, give you your flowers, you know? FUD Zero. Hey, I'm Aaron and I'm a cryptoholic. Where is Aaron, man? I miss Aaron. Is Aaron in the chat? Is he coming today? No? Is he coming? Aaron, don't be shy, bro. Bought ETH at 20. He's probably crying to his pillow, man. Bought ETH at 2,300, sold at 160. Yeah, cool. So yeah, so here's what I would have done slightly differently. When you bought ETH at 2,300, you should have been, okay, that's my dip buy. Before I buy SOL, I'm going to wait for the next level, like the next market level coming down, and I'll buy SOL there. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of people feel the need to just front load as early as possible on everything, and then things go down and like, oh man, I'm down on SOL, I'm down on ETH. You know what I mean? This is how I would want to play it. Exactly. Who's coping now, right? BG, when you sell the planet your Jupiter? I'm waiting to find out if I'm selected as a cool cat, and then we'll see what I do, right? Welcome, Aaron. Sit down and tell us how you first got addicted. 100%. I wish he had some shame, or I wish he was proud enough to come up here and goes, hey, yo, I was wrong, you know? Just bought now, brother, with 20% of my capital, 50% of USDT left now. Oh, nice. That's good. Zira, just given what I know about what happened with you, I would likely want to be 70% deployed at this stage. Okay? If you're buying ETH. Like if you're buying Bitcoin, then you can wait a little bit more, but do not save the 50% of USDT for the $1,600, $1,700. It's just not worth it. To be fair, ETH has been a big disappointment for longer than that, man. Won't lie. Like, I remember last cycle, I used to think it was gonna go to like 8 to 10,000. Can you believe it? It's a joke. Good time to buy alt or just ETH? I think right now the best return is on ETH. If SOL goes to 128, I'll be buying SOL there, just because it held that level, right? And then if Bitcoin below 80K, I think is okay. Don't touch other alts yet. It's just not worth it. Hyperliquid is my only exemption at at $14. And then like XRP at $1.63. It's funny. So I have a kickboxing coach, nice guy. And I was surprised to find out he's part of the XRP army. He didn't say those words, right? But yesterday I was like, bro, sell your XRP, like sell half of it, you know? And then after, when it started dropping, he's like, bro, should I sell the other half? You know what I mean? Because people are like, oh, well, when everything's green, no, don't sell anything. Okay, I'll sell half. Bro, should I sell all of it? You know, I just think that's hilarious. But yeah, man, $1.63 is where I want to go. Or maybe like here, the 178. But 163 is like target. Yeah. Digest team, yeah, we talked about this. Textbook definition, perfect engulfing reversals. Yeah. But here's the thing. Where was everybody yesterday? Where was everybody yesterday? Thing is, like I said, there is no benefit for me to just basically come out here and say it when everybody's like, oh, I don't know, but whatever, right? Because like if I'm wrong, people will go, Brown Jen's an idiot. And a lot of people watch this, Jasper. I'm not saying you did this, but a lot of people just do not want to say or share anything until after it's happened, just so they can that's so they can LARP and say, yeah, man, it's so obvious, blah, blah, blah. It's obvious in hindsight. Let's talk about it before it happens. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking about you, obviously. I'm talking about other like influencers and stuff who are like taking credit for, hey, I wish you sold yesterday. I hope you sold yesterday. But then yesterday they had a post up saying, guys, I hope you bought the dip. Like, fuck off. Like, they didn't say anything until after everything happened. What's the negative? Oh, for Dubai. So here's the thing, okay? In Dubai, you have a sort of class system of sorts, which I got no problem with, right? Basically, if you're Emirati, you basically are considered like top class. You're like above everything else. So Emiratis basically get subsidized. They don't really work, right? Or if they do what they love. So whenever you have a service Like, so today I had to furnish my apartment, and like I thought these were like, I didn't really care where they're from, right? But I was talking to a Mary and a Kate and an Ashley, which is funny, right? Mary, Kate, and Ashley, right? But like these were three of the reps I had, and I think Shannon was the other one. And basically, what happened was they sent some random crew of brown people. I'm brown, by the way, right? They sent a crew of brown people. All but one of them didn't speak English. They showed up 4 hours late, showed up with 60%, 65% of the stuff. They brought 3/4 of a couch. What the like, I'm like, where's the rest of it? Oh, I don't know. Where's the TV stand? Oh, I don't know. Oh, where's the nightstand? Oh, there's only one. I'm like, no, I paid for two. Oh, I don't know. Like, oh, we'll come tomorrow. We'll come tomorrow. Oh, like, what the dude, the problem is, because of the way it works, the most competent people do not take those service jobs. So in Canada, these people were doing Tim Hortons. These are the kind of people. These kind of people are now, they're the ones who are doing these jobs because no one wants to do it. So if you're doing like delivery, installations, whatever, it's people from poor countries who are not as educated, which is really shitty, right? And for me, I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I've never been so pissed. I waited an hour in the lobby. They didn't show up, then told me they were here. I'm like, bro, I'm literally in the lobby. Where are you? And then when I asked him if he was going to be done in 2 hours, you know what he says to me? Doesn't say a word. He turns to his thing and starts speaking Indian or whatever. I'm like, bro, I asked you a question. I've never been this pissed, man. It put me on so much tilt. Good evening, BG. Zora airdrop soon. Yeah, right. Zora loves to like pretend, right? MetaMask too. Like, I know they're posting something on MetaMask now, and influencers will keep posting it for engagement. I've heard the $ mask every year. And Zora will be like, oh, time to imagine, blah, blah, blah. And then Zora KYCs their drop and makes it so only the top 0.01% of creators on there get something. And it's just so stupid. Sold half your Cardano at yesterday's high. Very happy. Perfect. That's exactly what my trainer did too. Nice. I was here yesterday late like this. Yeah, but no, it's cool, man. I'm just saying, tell the idiot next time. Tell that idiot next time. You know what I'm saying? And like I look at USDT dominance as well, and IWM, but like tell these morons when they're saying stuff. I also sold ad on your live stream yesterday. Perfect. But want to get back in soon? Don't worry, you'll have a chance. USDT yesterday counted Friday. Go on. Thanks, group. Yes, it was the first time I scaled Mount Peak FOMO. Bought a high. Sell low branded shovel and dug myself into a grave as deep as today's dip and bury myself in this. Wait, what? Like, buy high, sell low. Wait, what? Am I reading in reverse? He's coming back? Is he? I got around 200,000 grass. Am I in good position? Yeah, I think so. Jermaine, like I said, I know you don't like watching other videos, but I really recommend you type in Eclipse the Brown Gent. I've made it very simple. It might be 10 or 15 minutes. Watch that video. Grass is good. Having some exposure on their NFT platform is very important as well. I believe it's called Scope. Providing some liquidity, right? I think that's also important. So Orca or Invariant, right? Could be some good ones. I have a question after yesterday's announcement. Should we check into US-based cryptos as well? AVAX, HBAR. I mean, Zira, you're kind of from Dubai, right? Like, you're close. So, you're from the UAE. So, you understand what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm not saying this by everyone, right? Like, it was just like, it just sucks because you guys remember the monitor that I bought? It took me 3.5 weeks to return it and get a refund. They scheduled a driver to come pick it up every day, and no one showed up for over 3 weeks. I was so angry. I don't have one now. Like I'm not gonna buy it from this company called Noon, which delivers electronics. I'm gonna go to a store, make them deliver and install it at my place. I'll pay the extra. I don't care. I'm not dealing with this again. Like I cannot deal with it. That monitor was amazing too. It was like that Samsung 57-inch, the big one, you know. But over here, AVAX, HBAR, XRP, Sol, XLM. Focus on XRP and Sol. I basically told you the levels I'm looking at. 128 for Sol as a good entry, first entry. XRP, you know, between 163 and 178. I can't remember. Was it 178? 177. You know what I mean? Don't touch the others. Don't touch XLM, HBAR, AVAX, like until you have safety, right? Remember, it's just an announcement of an announcement, right? Like, you know, ETH and Bitcoin are going to be the predominant ones in there. Is there a debank type of eclipse? I believe Sonar Watch is a good one, right? The Sonar. What I would do is I would check Sonar Watch. We're joining forces with Jupiter will not be fully working on what? Yeah, sonar.watch. I would just use that. Okay. BG, when airdrop token shorting tutorial? I've done it before. So you can actually look on YouTube, and I believe I did it for Scroll. I did it for Scroll, I'm pretty sure. I said like shorting airdrops and whatever. And don't get me wrong, it was one example. One more thing as well, and maybe I can link this for you as well. Let me copy this link. So I also made an article on how to maximize your airdrops on Twitter. I'll put this in the description after the video. But basically, I talked about like smart airdrop hunters don't just sell their tokens. They take it a step further by shorting it, since most of these tokens trend towards zero. Shorting can be profitable. I talk about what shorting means. I give an example of it, and I talk about like where you can do it as well, and sort of the things to consider, right? So I have some examples and everything here. Okay, so definitely check it out. There's 3 ways to short. And obviously it depends on what you're looking at. Okay. What I think of Bear and Kaito? I think Kaito is fine. I think Bear is a piece of shit. Honestly, I could care less. Kaito is fine because Kaito has a flywheel, right? Like you hold Kaito, you stake it, you then join Yapper Collective or Yap Trade DAO, and you sell your votes. So there's extra benefits on it too. So I would look at Kaito. I think Bear changes in another L1. It pumps randomly, whatever. Who cares? Great advice, BG. Keep it coming. Yeah, appreciate you, David. David, is Facebook really your last name? Or is it just David Al and then Facebook is like the hyphen, you know? Like, can you imagine someone's last name is Facebook? It'd be crazy. What's your thoughts about AVAX? I used to be so much more bullish on AVAX, but AVAX, in my opinion, is just nothing spectacular. Last cycle, I mean, even like this cycle, I wouldn't call it this cycle actually. Like, I think it was like summer of 23. Was it summer 23? Yeah, summer of 23. April, May, I was like basically rotating a lot of my money into AVAX at like $14. And then, you know, it went to $60 and I basically sold all of it and then bought some back at like 30 and then it dropped to 25, 20, whatever, right? And then it went back to 30 something and I sold it all recently just to get myself in stables for that. I personally don't think it's the best. Like I said, there are a million reasons to buy a million tokens, but you're better off being very selective on a select few. And then when we get to the bull market stage, you can reposition into them. A lot of people are always such in a rush. And I tell people in the group, my group too, like there are people in my group earlier today who were like, oh my God, I got stables, I'm sitting on it. Do I bridge it to Aptos? Do I bridge it to whatever and get some yield and whatever? I'm like, just sit still. Like you don't have, like sometimes the move is you don't make a move. And guess what? Because I wasn't bridging to Timbuktu, when ETH dropped here, I'm just like, buy, right? because you're not gonna, like, who gives a shit if you're getting 10 to 12% yield? Like, you're not gonna be there long enough. It just was never going to be a big deal. And bridging and stuff can cost you a bunch of money, right? Especially on chain if you're doing any sort of swaps, right? Because sometimes when you bridge, you have to bridge into another currency. Like some networks like Aptos might be like that, right? So you'll be very careful. I don't like doing that. But I think no need to front run anything. You'll have an opportunity again to avalanche and whatever. Wait for this stuff to recover, and then you can sort of transition. Stop trying to front run the bull market. Okay. Love the energy and the vibe. No, appreciate you, DQ. No, bro, watch all your videos. I just like extra info. Yeah, no, you're not. Like I said, I'm just trying to help you, bro. Like, I don't remember everything about Eclipse, but those are the things I would say. And I'm just saying, like, I meticulously did it in that way. And I also wrote something on Twitter on what to do with Eclipse, like a short guide saying, here are the priority activities and whatever. If you type in the Brown Gent Eclipse on Twitter, you'll find it as well. And that way you can make sure you're doing it. Because I won't remember off rip all the specific details, you know? Do you think it's smart to wait for ETH to drop? No. Kanye, so this is what I was saying earlier, right? And you probably posted this before I said it. But you just don't want to risk missing out on the move, right? Right now, I'm looking over here, ETH, what, 2100, right? 2101, right? So you see here, it's right here. But you want to ladder in. Like, what will you do, right? And maybe you can answer this question. What will you do if we go like this? Like, what will you do in that move? You know what I'm saying? If you're not buying here, you're like, okay, well, once it starts ripping, you're like, okay, well, I'll buy in the dip. And it comes down here, you're like, well, I wanted to come to 2100. Oh, it didn't. And it keeps going up. This is how a lot of smart people end up chasing. So what you do is you play probabilities. You don't just go, okay, well, 100% of that money, which is 50%, is going to be dedicated here. Go, no, okay, great. So ETH, you basically say, okay, I'm making a plan. I want ETH to come down here. I don't know if that it will. I hope it will. So I'm going to buy ETH here. And then basically I'm going to wait, right, to see what happens. How much further down are we coming? Keep in mind, there's a lot of smart money here as well looking at this range. They might front run this, right? I gave you the same warning about Bitcoin. I told you guys that this level, 76K right here, is so obvious that we're likely going to see a front run. And it was front run by how much? $1,400. So if you waited for that level specifically, you would never have gotten it, despite the move actually happening, because people don't want people to get to certain levels, right? So what you want to do here is basically go, okay, I'm going to start buying in and scaling in as we get here. Because at the end of the day, what's the big difference between 1700, 1750, 1800? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would play it. What do I do in my free time hobby in Dubai? I'll be honest, it's going to sound very lame. I wake up, just watch. One of the things I'm doing a lot now, especially, is I'm absorbing a lot of crypto content. Right, I try to learn as much as possible. Right? I'm trying to get a lot of info. There's so much bullshit out there that I need to absorb as much as possible, and then I can learn and also sort of materialize what I believe is happening. Right. Problem is, a lot of times this information is way too late. Like, for example, this morning I woke up and Trader Main had posted a video 2 hours before I woke up. Obviously, this was about 8 hours after I made my video. He agreed with a lot of things I said. However, his conclusion was basically, 50-50. But it was funny because he even was saying that he expected a bounce a few days ago. And then once we got the bounce, he basically was like, oh, I think I'm going to go higher. I don't know. And it's hard. It's hard. That's what I'm trying to say, right? But then I go to the gym. I take classes like kickboxing now, right? Now I'm moving to my new place. Going to be doing a lot more networking, probably some more collaborations, content, and stuff like that. Right now, it's very crypto focused, right? Which is obviously kind of shitty, but guess what? My entire social circle is in Canada, so it is what it is. Yeah, no problem, but zero. What RW project do you recommend to buy later on? I don't really have many selection. Maybe Ondo. That's probably the only one I can think of. I'm sure there are some others, and like there will be some runners that come out, but I wouldn't worry about them so much. But I think Ondo will probably be a good one. What about Ethereal? Like, what about it? I'm confused with what the question is. Is there any context to this? Are you talking about like a DEX? Are you talking about like a meme coin? What are you talking about? Like this is the Ethereal DEX that like we signed up for 2 weeks ago or something, right? Does anyone have any other questions about what's going on? Does everyone kind of understand what to do? Yes? Look, at the end of the day, right? Like, guys, I'm here to help be a sounding board. I want to challenge your assumptions, right? At the end of the day, we may disagree on certain things, right? But the goal here is I just want you guys to think strategically, right? And literally yesterday, that's what I was saying. It's going to go straight up. No, it just won't happen. You know what I'm saying? It just won't happen. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like I just deposited some USDE or whatever into it. I haven't really touched it since. I'm sure there's other things, but one thing I will tell you is, how to put this? During times like this, you're going to make so much more money off flipping than you will off airdrops, right? Like that's just the reality of it. And I'm not, by the way, I mean, just to finish up on this question, I wouldn't keep more stables in there than you need to, because the stables is your ability to buy and sell, right? So my recommendation is start buying and flipping stuff. So like, why would you want to put stables there when you have an amazing buying opportunity? This is not the time to be parking stables. This is the time to be buying the dip, in my opinion, right? If you believe in the bull market, not financial advice, if you believe these prices will go up or these tokens will go up, that's what I would do. Jermaine, I was doing Sonic testnet when the arcade was running, but I haven't put any money in. It might help. Here's what I did. I basically, majority of my active Sonic airdrop or whatever is basically Sonic token in a liquidity pool with wrapped Sonic on SwapX. And I made a video about that, by the way. There's a video, Jermaine, I have a 3-part video series. It's probably one of my most viewed videos. In those videos, it basically tells you what is super simple, you get a nice return, and you don't have impermanent loss. You know what I mean? And that's what I would do if you have Sonic token, it makes it very easy too, right? And the airdrop, I believe, is happening in June, if I'm not mistaken. June this year. What have I done my bubble airdrop? I just claim it every so often and sell it. Why not, right? Like the ETH gas fees were so super low, so I'm like, why not? I still have like their NFTs. I got like what the hell is that stupid thing called? Imaginary One or something. You know what I mean? The problem, and by the way, I wish I had it staked, the bubble, because you earn some tokens or whatever, and you need this like thing that you earn. And if you do that, you can like claim these stupid artifacts or whatever that end up getting you stuff. I don't know. Apparently you can sell those NFTs for like $50, $100, whatever. So it's not a big deal though. All right, good. You get it. Awesome. In 2021, I bought and held until the bull run. Until the end of the bull run. Oh, wow. So you became a community member. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people have a hard time trading. A lot of people, if you don't put in the time, right, to learn some of these things, you know, one of the things you guys will learn is, and I'm going to say this, right? There are so many people who get pissed at me for being like bullish and bearish. Like, I'm bullish long term, and I was bullish like a month ago, but I'm bearish right now, right? Like while we wait. And Once we get to these levels, I won't be bearish anymore. But I was bearish since February 3rd. And I was telling you guys, like when we were up here, that this was going to happen. Wait, on the ETH chart. That's when I always show on the ETH chart, right? How many times did I tell you guys? Let me just delete this stupid. Right? These lines, right? We're going to come down here. When ETH was 2,900, I was saying we're coming down here. People call me stupid, right? And now that we're here, oh yeah, man, obviously it's going to happen. Obviously, right? Everyone loves to say that stuff now, right? This is something that like Jack has, helped me see once we broke down here, right? That the market structure was broken. And this is the thing, right? Like you need to be able to flip, get new information, right? If you are bullish or always bearish, you can be a trader. For example, if you're always bearish, then you're waiting for the end of the bull run and you can only make money one way. If you're a trader, you know when to buy and you know when to sell. And they're contrary to popular belief, there are some very good indicators that will help determine what mode you should be in. And the best traders, like number one, I'm also like looking for confirmation bias sometimes, right? So I will go on and I'll be like, all right, what are other people saying, right? Last night, after I had the stream with you guys, Anson posted on Twitter saying pretty much what I said. So I'm like, perfect. And I quote tweeted him. I'm like, I'm pretty much agree with him, which kind of sucks. I don't like agreeing with Anson, right? Because he's like, oh, I think it's a high time frame, like retest. Yes, exactly, right? But my recommendation to you is just absorb a ton of content. It may seem a little foreign at first, but you start getting the hang of things. And honestly, the person who I learned the most from is Jack. It's incredible. Are you planning to go to Sui Base Camp? Where is that? Sui Base Camp? Oh, it's in Dubai? First and second, what the? Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll go here, yeah. You know what I mean? I was looking at token, was it 2049, whatever it's called? So you're quite bullish on Sui? Yeah, Sui's good. And also a lot of people in real estate are buying Sui. They're all like getting the tips to buy Sui over here. I really appreciate your honesty and effort, brother. Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. Try to flip as well. Yeah, remember, you want to flip on stuff that you already have enough of so that if it keeps going up, you don't care, right? It's very hard now to think of buying again. What? That's not true. Chris, so like this is what I'm saying, right? Until when this liquidation happened, what I kept saying, until we fill the wick, the market won't go up. So I kept saying we don't want to see this bullshit. We want to come down here. The sooner we come down here and get this money or this liquidity and get out, perfect. And what happened? We were literally here. We were going to chop, and then a direction was going to be chosen, whether it was down or up. And what happened instead? There was an announcement on Sunday that sent us up. And guess what happened? The market said, okay, now back to your regular scheduled programming back here. So we are going to decide a direction very soon, whether it's up or down. I personally, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm hoping it's down just so I can get this. But if it doesn't, I don't care. I already have enough ETH here, okay? So we go up, okay? Do not feel this way. A lot of people, right, Chris? A lot of people will think this now, and then when ETH is really high, go, everyone else is lucky. I wish I had a chance to jump in, man. This is bullshit. Do not let that be you. You have an opportunity. You don't have to, like a lot of people are like super scared and super anxious when we're down here. And then when things are running up, they wish they had more of it. It's just literally, ask yourself, Chris, if that's the truth. Yeah. So I don't really use a 21-day. I use the 50 EMA. Is it on this chart? I pretty much use 50 EMA. In fact, that's how for Bitcoin, right? Like if you look at Bitcoin weekly, this is how I take a look. So where is it? What the hell is that on here? Oh, okay. Whatever. I usually have it on here. So those of you who've seen it, maybe it's on my fucking object tree or whatever. No? Okay. Yeah. So I use the 50 EMA because Bitcoin does not break through it or when it does, it's a bear market basically. Sui to 2 USD. Let's go. Yeah. let's do it. And remember, like I said, I'm not touching Sui for a while. For me, right now it's ETH, right? I'm glad I sold Jupe after one of your videos. It's been terrible. Yeah, I mean, problem is this whole ecosystem's gotten completely shafted, right? Like, it's really annoying. They pretend to care so much. These guys are so cliquey. You know what I mean? I don't want to say too much because there's a huge Soul team here in the UAE, and they're like very like, I don't say petty, but it is what it is. If you use the 50, 100, and 200, wow. Yeah. I like to keep it simple. 50 is what I use. All right. Looks like our good friend Aaron was too cowardly to come on today and face the music and go, hey, maybe the market was not reversed. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe Aaron is not as smart as he thinks he is. With that being said, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you have some thoughts on what you're going to do. I hope that you will not just wait for one price to buy in. I hope you're not too scared to nibble at this dip, because these are fantastic entries in my perspective. And then I think that once again, once we have clear direction, and the reason I sold yesterday, I want to make this very clear because I didn't earlier, was because we had like, let me go to the daily. We had like, not a blow off top basically, but like we went from like, it took us how many days? It took 5 days for a down move and one green candle to rocket us up here. That's why I didn't think that move was sustainable. And also because of the bounce, right? So we come back here, we'll see what happens, right? Once the market decides where it wants to go, and then we got that structure test, then I will not be selling my ETH at this low. Because we saw a massive green dildo, for example, that's the only reason I basically liquidated a lot of stuff yesterday, okay? I hope that provides some insight as to sort of what I was thinking. I hope at the end of the day that you learned something here, right? Because remember, we don't go straight up, we don't go straight down, we bounce. Always, okay? If we have a blow off top, expect a sell off, right? So you either got like a parabolic move and a sell off, right? Like this and this, or you have like this, okay? Any other investment other than crypto? Yeah, gold, and then just some stocks, Chinese stocks especially. Jack's put me on those because they are not attached to the S&P 500, and they are actually very much discounted. Things like Baba and Neo. So that's pretty much it for today. Yes, I made Aaron popular today, not for the reasons that he would like. You know, I know some people say any attention is good attention. I don't really believe in that. It's 1 a.m. right here, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. As always, if you enjoy the content, like, share, subscribe, and follow. Till next time, see you later. Good night.